Hello, creatives. Welcome to a new episode of Aspire to Inspire with me, Robin E. I am super excited to have you on this episode with me today with the guest who's been doing amazing things in the community. We have none other than Dante Brooks, the owner, the creator of the super dope urban streetwear brand, Afresh. Welcome.
How do you even
Like that?
tell other stuff?
Good. I gotta let the people know that you are important, okay?
I can walk off
You're
now.
important. Definitely. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. I know you're a busy man, but I definitely want to dive into just all the things that you've been doing and really show people why you are such a huge inspiration. Such a huge inspiration. So let's get into the brand, okay? A fresh culture, a fresh. It's come a long way, Dante.
Yeah.
It's come a long way. So for those that don't know, the story behind your brand, just give us a little detail about how that started.
So I used to do shirts back in the day. I had this shirt line that said YOLA. It's a play on words from the YOLO. You only live once, but it said you only live again. It was faith-based.
Nice.
And it was kind of hood famous.
Yeah.
And it did its thing, and I would do pop-ups in a different church functions, stuff like that. But I stopped along the way because life got in the way, stuff like that. Just life started lifing. And I just stopped doing it. And plus it was trendy. YOLO kind of went away, and then YOLA kind of just died with it as well. So I stopped doing it for a while. Then my homeboy hit me up and was like, yo, why don't you start doing shirts again? Why'd you stop? And I tell him the same thing I just told you. He's like, you should start doing it again, man. Think about it. I was like, I'll think about it. And that exact same day, my homeboy Tom from Idaho sent me a picture, yo, rocking the old YOLA shirt today. I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. And then the same day, the Facebook memories popped up, and it was a picture of somebody wearing one of the old YOLA shirts. I was like, well,
That's a sign.
that's what I got to do. So I went back to the drawing board and came up with a whole bunch of different names that I can't remember now, but what ended up sticking was Afresh Culture. And that was 2017, kind of mid to late 2017. And I kicked it in. It sucked for a long time. And then finally 2019, it took a stride when I dropped the whole Stay Fresh thing. And it went up from there. And I've just been building ever since. Yeah. 5 years, it'll be 5 years since I did Stay Fresh. It's 5 years now. So I might have to bring it back.
Wow, it's been 5 years already?
Yeah, so I did this whole Stay Fresh thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but 2017 is when I started. But the Stay Fresh, when everything kicked into full gear, that whole creation, that collection that people was, because everybody knew me as Mr. Stay Fresh. Mr. Stay Fresh, oh, Stay Fresh, you Stay Fresh hoodie, stuff like that. But it's 5 years ago. So
Wow.
I might have to do
You might have to bring that back.
anniversary hoodie or something.
Right,
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
Hint, hint. Pre-orders, hint, hint.
So that was the beginnings.
That's amazing. And that's a long journey. That was a sign, though, for you to see
Yeah.
it like that. That was a sign.
It was a sign.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So streetwear dipped in faith. Okay. So what's the meaning behind that?
So a fresh culture, the name is rooted in my faith. I'm a strong follower in the gospel of Jesus. And the word of fresh means to start again, begin again, start fresh. So you wake up afresh every day, right? You start, you got a new job. Oh, start my new job afresh. Things like that. That's kind of like where it comes from. And so for me, a fresh culture, the culture of staying afresh is to wake, pray, forgive, repent, give thanks, stay fresh. So streetwear, because the name is rooted in my faith. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not in your face with it, but I like to just do it, and that it's an underline in there, but that's what it is.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I just love the way you make, having your faith strong, kind of just be fly like an accessory. You wear your faith like an accessory. And I think that's cool. It's something that you have right on your sleeve. You're not afraid of it. And I just love that. I think that's dope. You don't see a lot of urban street brands kind of push the message of Christian faith and just, God, really.
They're out there. There are a lot of them out there, but they're just not as prominent or in your face as a lot of the don't know, I guess say secular streetwear brands. I don't know
Okay.
if you want to say I don't know how if I use secular and streetwear or clothing like they do with music.
Yeah.
But they're just not out there but they're out there. There's a lot of them.
Nice, nice. So you design all of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you always know how to draw
Mm-hmm.
since you were a kid?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I've been drawing since I was a little kid. I used to draw comic books. I wanted to be a comic book artist.
That's what you wanted
That's
to
what I
first?
wanted to be when I was a kid.
Oh.
I wanted to be a comic book
didn't know that,
artist.
Dante.
I used to draw Superman, Batman. My first shirt I ever drew was Ninja Turtles on a white T-shirt. I drew it with permanent colored markers. And I just sat on the living room floor and I drew Michelangelo
Wow.
on a skateboard on a white undershirt. And that was I was like in 7th grade. I didn't know I wanted to do clothing back then. But that's the first shirt I ever drew. And I thought about that last year, like, So yeah.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
you already knew that how to draw basically from growing up.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that. So this was easy for you then once you got in your creative space, or did you find more challenges as you started to create different designs?
Early on, I felt like I was doing something that would catch on because I was trying to create designs that had a pop culture influence
Yeah.
with a faith-based undertone to it, remixing logos or whatever the case may be, and it just didn't go over well. But the thing is that I learned while doing that wasn't me. I wasn't putting me into it. I was trying to see if I can appease a certain crowd rather than just putting what's in me onto garments. And when I started doing that, that's when, telling stories that come from me growing up
Yeah.
or experiences I've been through or a story I heard from somebody else. A lot of shirts and stuff that I've done have stories behind them. I could sit down and just tell you, oh, this is why I came up with this shirt. This is a story behind it. And it'd be like, oh, I resonate with that.
Yes.
Let me get that shirt. So
I love that. And I love how you are really you about your city too. Even outside of, pushing your own brand, you're really about your city. You embed that in your clothes. And you have lots of pieces that reflect Lake County, that reflect you and where you grew up from. One of my favorite pieces of yours is the pizza shirt with the delivery. I gotta kind of dive into that a little bit because that's very inspirational to me. I think that was a great, niche, just the brand that you did with that. But what made you come up with that?
I love pizza, sitting down drawing, and I was like, you know what? I just thought about it. So I want to make a pizza shirt that looks like a shirt that came from a pizza place, and so I drew my little pizza guy, and my first thought was to put it a fresh pizzeria, and I said my first thought was to put down the address from Kennelly's, which was, if y'all know,
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know, Kennelly's back in the day was the bomb. They had the best pizza, and but they long have closed, of course. And so I found the old address and the old phone number, put it on a T-shirt, and I remember putting a post up saying if anybody could name this pizza place, the first person to name it will get a free shirt. And the first person, it wasn't even like a minute.
They was on it.
They was like, oh, that's Kennelly's. So you could tell they doubt that number a lot. So I hand delivered this pizza shirt in a pizza bag. The shirt, every shirt that shipped out or was, given to somebody was in a small pizza bag, like the old white ones with the Italy on it and stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And it had a coaster in it so they can, for their drink. So if they eat their pizza, yep.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
How did you know to use like the little pizza bag? Like what made you want to do that versus just a regular bag?
Being different. Just what can I do that's a little bit different that people can the littlest thing that can make people go, oh man.
Yeah.
That was dope. And the same reaction was every time, oh, that's cold. That's cold. I remember being at a pop-up once and somebody bought the shirt, and when I took it out of the tote and handed them the pizza, it was already in the bag with the size on it. Handed to him, I was like, oh, that's crazy. The shirt's in here? I was like,
It
yeah.
definitely was.
Another dude came back and was like, yo, I want one of them pizza shirts. Just so they can have Like it come in the bag. We're so simple. We're simple people, and just sometimes the littlest things.
Yeah.
With presentation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's so creative, Dante. I just have to commend you again for that because I think that was super dope. That engaged people. I feel like that just, put a lot of light on your brand and you as a creative.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
So outside of that, what's another piece you think that really stands out or something that you really put a lot of thought into a part of your collection?
I would say, not because I'm wearing it, but the church hoodie has been
Buzzing.
Yeah, it's been and to be honest, there's a story behind a church hoodie. Everything pretty much has a little story to it.
Yes.
The church hoodie is because I literally used to wear hoodies to church. I went to a non-denominational church, and I went to church in sweats, my kicks, a hoodie, shorts and a hoodie, whatever, and other people be in church with hoodies or whatever they have on, sweatshirts, whatever. But the other deeper story to it was because a church I went to when I was a kid, that I go to now again, my family all goes there. Shout out to First Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church, North Chicago on Elizabeth Street.
Okay, I know that's right. You better rep your church.
Pastor Eugene Robeson. But there was a woman when I was a kid. She used to come into the church, but Baptist church, they all come dipped.
Okay.
Right. Suits, women wore dresses with the hats. But she used to come dressed in sweats or whatever. She looked kind of, how I remember her was a little unkept hair, kind of, uncombed or whatever. I might be exaggerated, but that's how I remember her.
Okay.
But everybody just turned and looked at her like when she walked in. And I'm just like, why everybody whispering with this woman? But as I get older and I get deeper into my faith and everything, and the words come as you are not in the Bible, but the sentiment is there, right? And she came as she was literally and mentally. You could tell she has some stuff going on. We don't know what's going on in her life, but you don't go to the hospital because you feel well. You go to the hospital because you're sick. She came to church because she needed to hear that word. She needed to fellowship. She needed to worship, but she came as she was what she had. So she literally came as she was figuratively and mentally. And so that's why the tagline for the church hoodie, if you ever see on the Instagram post, it'll say, "Come as you are." That's why it says that. I mean, to me, I don't think you need a dress code to go to church. If, people say, well, when I get some clothes, I'll go to church. Well, you got a t-shirt, right? You got a hoodie. This hoodie, you got this one. You can buy this one. You can wear it to church, but it's also a conversation starter.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. Come as you are. Again, with the inspirational gems. Yeah. Come as you are.
Yep.
I'm going to get my church hoodie so I can go to church too. Because that's always my excuse. So now you just made me feel bad for not going to church.
Just get up and go.
Just go. No, but I love that. And I just love the inspiration behind your brand and how you have this whole message of just accepting people. I think that's really important in today's world in general, and especially with fashion. You want everybody to feel comfortable and feel, cool in your clothes and feel like they're welcome. So I think that's dope. And yeah, the church hoodie is hot. Like, I feel like it sells out every time that you have it out. It's like, it goes.
It goes. Yeah.
It goes. I love that. So you started doing everything in-house, and then you were at a physical storefront out in Vernon Hills for a while. So I just want to know kind of the transition, going from inside the house to actually having a store, and what that, what type of pressure, I guess, came with that.
Oh man, just getting out of the basement was, because my workshop was my basement.
Yeah.
So being able to get out of the basement and get into a bigger space, but on top of that, being around some other creatives was also good, because it's kind of like a rap group, right? A Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Yeah.
They're always talking, oh, we're sharpening each other's swords, and that's kind of how it felt. You sharpen each other up, by what you're putting out. So that was really great. But actually having a bigger space to be in, to create and stuff like that. And also made me feel like I didn't have to take things home. I can leave there and I go home and chill.
Yeah.
I'm forced to, because if everything is there,
right,
my mind already races enough. So,
true.
Now
that's
I'm
true.
like, I can decompress a little bit. The most I could do at home is open my laptop and create something, but I don't have to go downstairs in the basement.
Yeah.
I can kind of just let home be home, so that was it was easy for me to do.
You like, yes, come on with this space. Come on with this space. Definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. And I did love that you were collaborating with other creatives. I think that's dope as well. Just something to keep in mind. So, I mean, what were some big collaborations that you feel like Afresh has done as far as clothing?
I've done a couple. One, I've worked with Cappy Pondexter, who is a WNBA legend.
Nice.
She's from Chicago, two-time champ, all-star, Olympian, everything. I worked with her on creating some stuff in the past. That was pretty cool. And it also helped me gain a lot of followers as well because of her following. And also there's another person who's like a big YouTube sneaker influencer named TJ, who I worked with. We did a number of shirts together that also helped my following, as I was growing, because I was growing at these points. Well, I'm still growing.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
But I was on the come up. And this was after the whole Stay Fresh started booming and everything. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm moving now. Let me see what else I can get out, get out of this. So those are the couple collaborations that I did that were really, really cool. And I'm hoping I can get some more out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully this year. That'd be nice.
Well, another one, Rhapsody.
So
let's talk about that.
Rhapsody's one of my favorite rappers, period. Right? Male, female, she's one of my favorite rappers. And I met her when she was on tour before the pandemic. So she came to Chicago for her Black Women Created This tour. And I went to the meet and greet and I brought her 2 hoodies.
Yes.
I know she's a Kobe fan. Right? So I brought her this yellow Stay Fresh hoodie with the purple Stay Fresh, and they had an 8 on one sleeve, 24 on the other. And so I knew she loved Kobe. And so I brought her that hoodie, and I brought her a blue one because blue. There's a song called Rhapsody in Blue.
Okay.
Like I think it's a jazz song. I don't know. So I just thought blue. Her name is Rhapsody. I brought her a blue hoodie too. So I brought a couple hoodies, and that's how I met her. And always, she being a star, Grammy nominated, couple albums under your belt, a big fan base, you don't have to respond, right? You get a lot of people who are not going to respond to you at all. She actually responds to her fan base. So we've talked a couple times here and there, but she allowed me to send her a care package.
Yes.
And she got it, and she wore my Afresh Cultures for the Arts t-shirt.
Nice.
Navy blue with the words on the front and the back. Very simple shirt, but it was just dope. And she wore it on stage with Queen Latifah.
Yes.
She was rapping on stage with my shirt on.
Come on, Dante.
I was like,
that's my stuff. You scream like, ah.
I couldn't believe it. When I saw it, I was like, that's my shirt. That's Queen Latifah.
Yes.
That's MC Light. That's Yo-Yo. Oh, snap. That's Rhapsody wearing my shirt. So it was a real freak out moment.
Yes.
So I messaged her. I was like, that was really dope that you did that, and but we talk every now and then. And so yeah, it was just dope. I don't even know what to say.
No, that's super amazing. I think that's dope. I think that whole setup is dope. I love how, first off, you was like, when I see her, I'm gonna give her something. I think as a brand, as a business owner, it's important. Like, yeah, you're there enjoying yourself, but this is also an opportunity just to get the brand out there. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think that was smart of you to do that. And of course, your stuff is amazing. Like, why wouldn't you want to wear it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
Come on now. Come on. Another thing too, I just want to touch on is your branding. I think that you're amazing with how you promote your brands, the different types of videos and images you use and the models that you use. So what's kind of your creative process when you think about how to promote a piece of merchandise?
Sometimes I think too hard, but I have to be intentional with how I'm doing it. Some people, I don't have, like, it's just me.
Yeah.
Right. And with everything that's going on in my life, I don't have the brain capacity to just pump out reel after reel after reel after reel. So every reel I put out has to be intentional.
Yes.
Even if it's the most minimal thing. And sometimes when I do put out, like when I create a shirt or whatever, sometimes I have in mind who I want to see in it, whether it's one person or a few people who I want to see in it. And if I can get a picture of them in it, I do it. If I can't, it's no big deal. But I try to keep that in mind. And I always have like visuals in my head of what I want to do with stuff, whether it ends up panning out or not. It's in my head to do. And I think that's just to create, like Kanye said, like when he creates songs, that he already has the video in mind for the song, right? Okay. And that's just like how a lot of us think when we create stuff. Like I'm sure a lot of musicians are the same way, that they already have the video in mind. And sometimes I already have how I want to photograph this. Sometimes it ends up happening, sometimes it doesn't, but I always have it in mind, and I just try to be intentional with it. Yeah.
I love that. And you're right, you should put it out with intention. And I think the intention is felt all the time. I love, I think you had like a jersey. It was like a basketball jersey when you did. And you had a really good video that you did for that. So when you made that jersey, you knew like, okay, I want somebody to be playing ball when they wear this.
Yeah. I mean, wear how you want to wear it, but definitely, yeah. And it's a practice jersey, so reversible. And the whole thought behind that video was practice. Practice makes perfect. Keep going at your craft. You want to be good at something. You want to be great at something. You got to keep on going, because I'm a big basketball dude too. Okay. So a lot of things come to my mind about how Mike worked, how Kobe worked. You watch videos about Kobe and you're like, this dude was a maniac, but he's not wrong. Yeah. Just constantly perfecting what he's doing to be as great as he possibly could be. And I think when you're a creative person, you got to look at it that way too. Yes. Like keep on, you keep, owning your craft. Yeah. I think this interview was going really good. And I'm pretty sure that at one point in your life, you didn't do it as well. Right. But you kept going at it. And the longer you keep going, you become greater and greater. Yes. Yeah. So that's was the theory behind that. Yeah. Everything has a story.
Okay. Come on now. Everything got a story. Come on now. No, I love that. You're right. I love that. You got to keep going. Got to keep progressing. I love that. So you do have men's and women's clothing. You're unisex. You do have unisex stuff in cases. Just for the people out there, in case they don't know. I know a lot of your brand because I love Afresh. I have a lot of Afresh clothing. One other shirt I remember is definitely I was talking about it. So I mean, and then I'm gonna leave the clothes alone because y'all gonna have to go shop with him, okay? But I love that shirt as well. So in terms of like women's clothing and things like that, how do you know basically what to create for women versus kind of the aura you have for the rest of your stuff?
It's just a feeling, because I really don't know what to do for women. I really don't. I'm just trying stuff. It's a feeling. Like that shirt, I was getting ready for work and the song was on. And that song always hits. Regardless of what you think about aura, that song always hits.
Aura? You're just going to leave them as aura?
And I, of course, a lot of people who moved away from Lake County or moved away from outside of Chicago and moved to Texas or Atlanta or wherever they moved to, that shirt hits with them. Yes. Raised in Illinois, right outside of Chicago, and so it had to be a woman's shirt.
I love it.
So it's just sometimes it's a feeling. Yeah, I work off a feeling.
I love it. I love that. I just love that. I think that's a great piece.
Thank you.
I don't think that's available anymore.
No, but I'm gonna do it again because I keep getting asked. I keep getting asked for it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, now we're gonna fast forward a little bit to everything you're doing now. So you're in a new location. Okay. If you know, you know. So tell me a little bit about that.
If you know is our boutique. We work on boutique hours only. Okay. We're open every third weekend of the month. Okay. Because we all have actual jobs. But it's 4 of us. 3 of us were at Local in Vernon Hills together. And then we all kept in touch. And then another guy came into the fold that I used to work with at Apple. And I actually kind of like mentored him a little bit into starting his brand. It's called Utica Blue, because he grew up on Utica in Waukegan. And so we all came together. And the main purpose was because when we all left Local, we were back in our houses again. Right? So at this point, I'm in my garage. Yeah. everybody like Brad with Leisure is in his house. He's in his basement. Lewis with Story Studios is in his house, and so is Reggie with Utica Blue. And so we're like, yo, we need a space. So the object was really just to find a space to work out of. But then we found a space that we did on Genesee, and it was so big. They were like, you know what, let's just make a boutique out of it. We'll put all our clothes here, and we came with the idea of opening up on boutique hours alone. And then we added a barber. So the barber's back there in the store as well. He's there on appointment only. That's David Givens, or Fades by Step.
Shout out to Step.
Yeah, shout out to Steps. You make your appointment, get faded, and then go to the front of the store and get fitted, get you a shirt or whatever, and you walk out and go home or go wherever the heck you're gonna go after that, looking fresh with your haircut.
Okay.
Right. But we just want you to feel new when you leave.
Yeah.
But if you know it's because if you know us, you know what we do. We're all in this streetwear clothing game. You know where me, Brad, and Lewis came from. So it's like, if you know, you know. And it was just like a cool name when we said it. It was like, oh yeah, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. and there it is.
Love that. You had a grand opening and that was filled. The room was filled.
It was dope. Yeah.
So how did that feel, seeing everybody come to support you guys?
It was really amazing because people will say all the time that you don't get support where you live. And you hear that all the time.
Yep.
And what I learned is that people will support you if, one, they like you, right? Two, you make dope stuff. Your product is good, whether it's clothing or cakes or whatever, and your service is great, right? So, you see, and you probably know her, Victoria Rosario, right?
Yes.
She does the cakes and everything. And I've seen her grow. But you see that people go back to her because of her service and how she's passionate about what she does. I'm just using her as an example, and that's what it has to be with Black businesses, right?
Yeah.
You get a lot of Black businesses, Black and brown businesses, but mainly Black. Let's be real, right?
Be real.
You get complaints on Facebook all the time. I went to so-and-so, and they're supposed to be open on this time, and they ain't open, right? Stuff like that. Or they service. I called them, they had an attitude. But that's what it is. We want to create good business.
Right.
And when I learned that I made dope stuff, because I could feel one way, right? But everybody else tells me different. So when everybody else let me know by their actions that I made dope stuff, I had no doubt in my mind that people will come out and support.
Yes.
Right? And we want to make it a nice experience. And everything. So the grand opening was dope. A lot of people came through in and out. We had Chips and Sips was there serving drinks and nachos. That was dope. And then Step was back there cutting hair the entire day. So the grand opening was amazing. We all felt good about it. And we're just trying to build on from there. And the space is also, the days that we're not there, we leave it to be able to be rented out. For different type of things. You want to do like a little event. We got somebody just rented out for a sip and paint. Nice. Coming up in February. And then we're going to be throwing our own events. Like we have a poetry slam coming up. So I don't know when this is going to be airing, but it's March 30th. Poetry slam. Put your money where your mouth is. Okay. So it's $50 for the poets and winner take all. You come in, if you slam it, you walking home with the money. So that's, we're doing that too at a beat battle that we're trying to put together. Okay. So producers, bring your beat machines and everything and battle it out against other producers. So we're trying to get that in the works too. So we're trying to do really dope things to bring people together for something positive, something good, something fun, and just, keep trying to create dope stuff at the same time. Yeah.
I love that. I don't know if we'll add clapping. Add that in there. I think that story is just amazing. Dante, how do you persevere? How do you just continue to keep thriving?
Prayer, and I'm inspired by other people, but prayer is big because there's a lot of days you just want to quit. Yeah. You just get tired, you have downtime and things like that. But overall, there was one big time, maybe a month or so ago, where I felt like I just want to just stop. But then I was like, you know what? Because at the time it was like had a big down moment. Sales were low, everything. I had no traffic to the website. And I'm like, maybe people just ain't feeling it. You know, you just get in your head, right? Maybe just people ain't feeling it right now. Maybe I should shut it down. And then right as soon as I had that moment, I was like, but there's a lot of people who ain't seen it yet.
Oh,
well, I guess I ain't quitting yet.
that part.
You know, so those things, you know, and then getting moments where I don't live off of people's compliments or anything like that. You know, it doesn't bother me, but to hear people say something inspiring to me or say that I inspired them or whatever, I'm like, how can I stop?
Can't stop
doing this stuff when there's a lot more to do. You know, you said I've come far, but I got so far to go.
Yes.
You know, so it's like I can't quit now. You know, it's only a little longer than that. 2017. It's longer than 5 years. I'm not gonna do math right now, but
about 7.
Yeah, yeah,
Long time,
it's a long time, and it takes a long time. You know, so I just got to keep on going.
Yes, Dante, I love that, and you're an epitome of perseverance and just thriving. I just love that about you. I just love that.
Thank you.
Now, before I get to some more questions about you, we got to talk about print culture. We got to talk about print culture now. You have reached guru status. My man's is a guru in the clothing world. Okay, so tell me about print culture, Dante. How do you feel at this level now in your career? How do you feel about that?
So print culture, sponsored by Legacy Reentry Foundation. Got to shout them out. Right. Tap me in to be involved in this great idea that Regina had. And I was honored. I'm still honored to be asked to do it because it's something I always want to do. Right. Because people already inbox me or whatever and like, yo, I got a question. I want to do a brand, et cetera. And I have no problem giving information because my thing is, the information should be free.
Okay.
Right. We shouldn't have. I mean, if they're going to need it from me or they can Google it. Right. But I tried to reach out to people in the past to get information about from brands that I looked up to that and I would just get, like, nah. Like, no, we're not interested in mentoring or whatever. So I had to learn things on my own.
Yeah.
Right. But I always told myself because of that, I'm never going to not share the information. Right. Because, the game is free, but it's a hustle that costs you. So it's the hustle. Like, what is it? What are you going to put into it? What time are you going to pay to put into this craft that you want to do? So the thing is, I'll get the information, but it's up to you what you're going to do with it. And a lot of people end up not doing anything. So I'm not bothered. There's a lot of money to go around in the world. Right.
Yeah.
So I have no problem. But so being able to do print culture and get to teach people everything that I learned on my own by researching on my own, that I'm still learning on my own, and give them the jewels that I didn't get. Yeah. They can get a head start. Right. And Legacy was so dope to be able to come in and allow this class to be free for people. So you can come in and all they got to do is pay their time.
Yeah.
Give their time. Right. Pay attention. That's the only thing they got to pay is attention, and then give them a stipend to head start their brand. So after all the teaching, everything they're learning from me, at the end of it all, they started their brand and have their first pieces. So amazing. And that's another thing that inspires me too, watching them, sharpen each other, and create and stuff like that and just see what they come up with. It's just like a really dope feeling. I'm really proud of this first class that just ended, and now, before we get, and I learned a lot because I'm learning how to navigate the next class.
Facts. Yeah.
And things I need to change or things I need to implement or what have you, but they were the inaugural class. They were my learning block. And I told one of them, I said, the next class might get some more jewels that y'all didn't get because I didn't think about something I'm thinking about now. But I told them I'm always available for them. And anything that I think of for the next class that I didn't tell them before, I'm gonna make sure I shoot them that information.
Nice.
Like I just thought about this, I didn't tell y'all. Here it go, boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
You know, so, but yeah, it's been really dope.
I love that. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. There's like your little babies.
Yeah, right.
Your little clothing babies.
Right. Right, my Padwans. I'm the Jedi Master. These are my Padwans.
I love that though. And I mean, you broke it down. You taught them weights of fabric. You taught them where to order. I mean, you had them drawing, sketching, people that have never drawn before. So as a trainer, like how do you connect with them on that level to kind of gain that trust so that they will listen to you?
Hopefully the trust is there because they hopefully learned who I was, and that I've been doing this. But I think I think some of them already knew, but then once they did see what I've already done and that I actually had some information to give, the trust was there. But the ones that stuck around through the entire class, they were genuinely interested. They had a passion to do it. Right.
Yeah.
So that also made a big difference in learning their trust too. They they get to share their passion with me. I get to share my passion with them. So yeah, hopefully the next class goes over just as well. Yeah.
Well, I commend you, for that. I think it's dope when you get to that point in your career where you can teach others and you're so open and honest. So I think you're an amazing, teacher in the clothing department. I can't wait to see what the next class will have. Definitely.
Same.
Definitely. Pop-up shop Sunday as well, so hopefully that goes well for the class and just a moment for them to celebrate. But I'm just congratulating you on that again.
Thank you.
Definitely. Now, Dante, I've been grilling you, a little hard. I had to let people know what you was about.
Okay.
Now we got to get to some fun facts about you because you're such a fun person. So I got to know first off, who is your favorite, or I should say, do you have a favorite book or author?
Favorite book or author?
Yes.
I don't have a favorite author, but my current book that I was a fan of was This Is Not a T-Shirt by Bobby Hundreds. Bobby Hundreds is the co-owner of one of my favorite brands, one of the brands that I look to for inspiration called The Hundreds. And he wrote a book basically about his life getting started in the streetwear business. And that really helped me gain some information on how hard it was for him. Get to learn that, gosh, these people are just like me. They seem so far away or so untouchable, or like, you look at some people who are successful, like some rappers or designers or whatever, and you think like, they got it, but you don't know how long it took them to really get going. It took him a while to get going, to get his parents and his family to believe and things like that. Rhapsody, it took her 10 years to get, to the state where, not where she is now, but like she's been popping for some years now, but leading up to that moment, took her 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's how it is for a lot of people. It takes a long time to pop. Even in this social media world, some people get famous really fast, but everybody's journey ain't the same.
Right.
But that's one of my favorite books, and one I'm reading right now is Staircase to Stage by Raekwon the Chef from Wu-Tang. He wrote a autobiography about his life. And
so it's an autobiography.
Yeah. Autobiography. Wait, which one is the one where you wrote it yourself? That's autobiography. Yeah. So telling his upbringing, because I like to read something that's inspirational, something that's going to move me and teach me something about people that I've looked up to all my life or whatever,
I like that.
Yeah.
I love me a good bio. Love me a good auto. I love when they just tell some things we don't know about them.
Right.
That's dope. I'm gonna have to check that out, definitely. Now I have to know, if you had one R&B song to listen to every day, nonstop, all day long, what would that song be?
Oh my God.
And you got to pick one, Dante, because you like to cheat and throw extra songs in there. But I'm saying, because you got to pick one. Y'all don't know, Dante is big on music, big music lover, hip hop, R&B, all of that. But if you had one that you just had to be like, I'm gonna leave this on repeat, what would that be?
For the rest of my life.
The rest of your days
R&B song
on this earth.
The rest of my days on this earth. Man, the first song that came to my head was "Adore" by Prince.
Ooh.
"Adore" by Prince is the first one that came to mind. So I'm gonna go with that
The
one.
Prince.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't mad at
huge
you.
Prince
I love me some Prince.
I love Prince. I've been a huge Prince fan since I was a kid.
I ain't mad at
Yeah.
you. I love me some Prince.
Yeah, I'll go
Okay,
with that.
I love
That's
it. That's a
fun
good
question.
answer.
That's a fun question.
You like that? You was getting nervous for a second. You like, it's too many songs.
Right, it's so
Overload.
many. Right.
No, that's a good song. I like that. I like that. Do you have a favorite quote?
A favorite quote. Man, I don't think I have a favorite quote. You know what? I do. Yeah, I do. And I'm not good at memorizing Bible scriptures, like where it came from, but I want to say it was either in Philippians or was it Acts? Somebody, I don't know, y'all inbox me when y'all see this video. But it basically, I'm paraphrasing, but it basically says, worry about today, don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow has enough problems of its own. Focus on the day. So basically it's like, try to just live in the moment.
Yeah.
Is how I look at it.
I like that.
Live in the moment. Tomorrow has enough problems of its own. Focus on it when it gets here. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite ones. Yeah.
You're right. We be doing too much. I'm worried about next week.
Yeah, I mean, we all do. We all do.
You're right.
But sometimes we got to center a little bit and be like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me get through this day.
That's true. I like that, Dante. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dead or alive. Gosh, Robin, there's so many people.
One.
So many people. A whole bunch of people just ran through my head. Straight up ran through my head. Oh. Y'all gonna have to edit this to shorten my thought
You know
time.
what? We ain't doing that.
Man.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to go with, you know what? It's a lot of
It's
people.
hard.
I'm gonna go with Prince again.
Okay, come on, Prince. We 2 for 2.
I'm gonna go with Prince again.
2 for 2.
Because there's a lot of people that I could have said,
Yeah.
but Prince was just one of the people that he don't allow people in.
No.
It seems like. But I learned after his passing that he did so many things that nobody knew he
Like
did.
random stuff.
Random stuff, like doing concerts in underprivileged areas, secret concerts, but his main objective was to meet with the people in the community behind the scenes, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
dang, he did all these things, but yeah, to be able to pick his brain. But he was big on the industry, owning your stuff, own your masters, don't be a slave, stuff like that. So he was
Yeah.
big on that stuff. So yeah, I would like to sit down and just talk with, not pick his brain like, yo, so tell me about that, but just let the conversation go and just see where it goes. I heard he was a fun person.
Yeah.
If you got to know him. But,
Yeah. Okay, I like that. All I think about is Dave Chappelle and him just dunking on Charlie Murphy. That's what
Which
I
he
think
said
about.
was a true story.
Yeah, I mean, there was pictures that floated around like online after the fact where Prince is shooting. He's played basketball in high school.
He played basketball in high school.
I was like, he's a shooter. I
Right.
didn't know.
Short self.
I
Right.
didn't know. No, that's a good answer. So if you had to pick one movie that described you, what would it be?
One movie that describes me. Brown Sugar.
Come on.
I love hip hop. That movie spoke to me, just the hip hop aspects of it.
Nice.
And it wasn't really about Sid and Dre's relationship, but it was more about the metaphor of hip hop in that movie. I'm a huge hip hop head. I'm a historian type of hip hop head. So that movie spoke to me big
That's a
time.
good
So
movie.
I would say that would be the one. Yeah.
That's a good
Easy.
movie. It is. And it's a love story.
It is.
You
Yeah,
know, love hip hop, love your people,
Yeah.
love your man, your woman, whatever.
Right.
No, I love that. I definitely love that. Okay. Nice, Dante.
Yeah.
So what would be your perfect off day? Like if you didn't have to do anything, if you didn't have to work, if you didn't have to make any clothes per se, what would you be doing? What would you do on an off day?
I've had those days. It's basically sit there and do nothing.
Okay.
Just sit
Just sit.
and do nothing. Because sometimes I just need to let my brain kind of like just stop and be mindless for a moment.
Yeah.
You know, flip through some channels, you know, watch some movies,
I get
old
that.
movies that I love or whatever. That's
Yeah.
probably just be it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Self-care.
Mm-hmm. Just sit there and be.
Just be for
Exist.
a minute. No, it's nothing wrong with that. I definitely have those days. If I watch like a cooking show or something, that's definitely my mindless thing for me. I just watch them make stuff. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like
feel
that. Now, if you had to only wear one piece of clothing or one accessory, like what would be your favorite?
Wait, wear one
Yeah,
piece?
just
Like
one.
I'm
One piece.
naked except for that?
Oh, I don't know if you're gonna be naked. It depends on what piece you pick.
I mean, I have to wear a jumpsuit at that point.
If you only had one piece that you had to wear, what would it be?
I guess some sneakers. My feet get cold easily.
Which sneakers? Which sneakers? Which sneakers? Which sneakers gonna have on?
Probably be. I just be sitting there like with the Jordans on, but it'll be my He Got Game colorway Jordan 13.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was the first Jordan I ever bought with my own money.
Ah.
That was the Jordan I bought with my own money. So it'll probably be that one that I'll wear. So I'll just be sitting there, just
With your sneakers on.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Sound like a good pair.
yeah. My feet will not be cold.
So who is the person that inspires you the most when it comes to fashion?
To fashion, one person.
Yes, Dante.
Yeah,
One person.
The one person questions. It'll be Joe Fresh Goods. Joe Fresh Goods out of Chicago. He's down the road. I watch him from afar. I love what he does.
Yeah.
He's super creative. I listen to different podcasts with him talk about how he started. And again, he's no different than me. You know, he found his avenue and found his lane where he started popping. And now he's in the world. You know, he's all over the world. People line up for his stuff overseas, over here. It's crazy. But his designs are really dope. And he tells stories with his stuff. He tells a lot of stories about the Black culture, about Chicago and stuff like that. So I watched that from afar, and he's a big inspiration.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's like a dream collab, huh?
I would love that. I would love that. I did reach out to him once. He's another person that will every now and then respond to you,
Nice.
you know? And I did reach out to him once about coming to speak at Print Culture, but I haven't got that response yet. I know he's super busy. I get
Yeah.
it. You know, it's all good. No love lost, you know, but yeah, he'll probably be the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be fire.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy all of that.
I'll be done.
Whenever that hit, we're gonna buy
That'll
all
be
of
dope.
that. So Dante, with everything that you've been through, give us a piece of inspiration that we can give for other aspiring creatives in general.
Everybody will say, don't give up, right? It's obvious, right? Don't give up. Keep going. But just persevere. Understand that your journey is not, someone else's journey is not your journey. Everybody's road is different. Everybody's road is different. Some people have a faster track. Some people's track takes a long time. But if you focus on just you, and you'll be all right. And don't be jealous.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to look at other people who do what you do and become jealous. I'd rather not be jealous and just and be inspired instead. You know, so I look at other brands, even some brands who started after I did, who maybe are a little bit further along, you know, and I look, or start the same time that I did and a little further along. And my thought pattern is, man, how did they do it? How'd they get there? Don't be mad at them. Just like I want nobody to be mad at me.
Right.
Don't be mad at me. Ask how I did it, or just watch and see if you can figure out, you know, how I did it. Just be inspired. So I think that's the biggest thing, is to be inspired.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be inspired, stay inspired.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, again, Dante, I just appreciate you for sharing some of your story, you know, being honest and candid with me and giving us a peek into you as a person. I think that's amazing. Definitely.
Thank you.
So make sure you let everybody know where they can purchase some Afresh clothing, where they can follow you.
Afreshculture.com. That's AFRESH. Instagram is at AfreshCulture, obviously, and all other social media. Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all that stuff. But Afreshculture.com is the website. And then our store is, if you know, you know, it's actually IYKYK. That's the name of the store. So IYKYK Workshop, WERK shop.com. And you can find a Fresh Culture there too, as well as all the other brands in the store.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I better stop playing with Dante. Okay.
We're trying to make it.
He is aspiring to inspire in the biggest way, and I just appreciate that, definitely.
Thank you
So much again.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in to this new episode of Aspire to Inspire. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow Lake County Media Group on all streaming platforms. I am your host, Robin E. Keep thriving.